Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If you're watching this from our private Facebook group, welcome. If you're watching this from YouTube, thank you for tuning in. The reason why I titled this, What is the Centerpiece of Marketing? Because most people really don't understand what the centerpiece of marketing is. Um, they most of the time get marketing and advertising mixed up, and that's why sometimes you find yourself stagnant, not really getting anywhere in your marketing business. So if you're when you join in, like I said, wherever you're tuning in from, put in the comments if you what you think the centerpiece of marketing is. And I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to go into it, what the centerpiece of marketing is. And also, let me know where you're tuning in from, if you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. I do like to know where you're tuning in from, and I thank you all for tuning in. But I'm going to go ahead and dive into this and tell you, hello, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Tell you what the centerpiece of marketing is. And it's one word, it's content. It's content. And the thing about when you're marketing, you want to be giving out useful content, okay? Because useful content is the centerpiece of marketing, okay? Long form valuable content gets top spots in Google. Majority of the top 3 pages on Google search results average more than 2,000 words each. So that is a way to actually get your site, ranked higher on, like I said, more than 2,000 words each. Okay. And as a part of your content marketing strategy, excuse me, you want to make sure that all your posts you publish should meet this requirement, this word count requirement, excuse me. So when you're out here publishing different content, you want to make sure, especially if you're doing it on YouTube, basically any social media platform, you want to make sure that you're meeting that word count requirement, okay? And it goes without saying that your content should offer substantial information that will hook your readers into staying on your site, okay? So like I said, it needs to be something that that they can relate to, something that they might be looking for, because Google also uses your visitors' time on your site as an indicator of quality, okay? High quality content gets linked to frequently, okay? So getting links from high quality sites is, every webmaster's dream, as that tells Google your site is an authority on a specific subject area. So, like I said, you want to make sure that you're putting out useful content and that is going to hook your readers to stay on your site, and you're meeting that word count requirement in order to be, on the top 3 pages of Google. And Google is congruent with YouTube as well. So, they are congruent, and they, what most of the time what you do on YouTube, Google is, attaining that same information as well. So you need to offer something valuable, in return as well. So when you're putting out content, you need to know that that is the centerpiece of marketing. You don't want to just be putting out any kind of content. You want to be putting out valuable content, content that people are looking for to attain your audience attention, because they could easily hit that back browser button if it's something that doesn't gain their interest. So you want to make sure that you're publishing high quality content constantly. You have more opportunities to rank on Google and other search engines when you do that. So don't just publish any content. You know, search engines love content that people are going to find useful and valuable. I'm sorry, useful and valuable. Let me get a drink of water. So you want to make sure that the content you're putting out is useful and valuable. So you might be saying, well, how do I get useful and valuable content? I have the answer for that. How you get useful and valuable content, you're going to either have to invest in some training that has that useful and valuable content. And you also can go on a website that I will put in the comments later on in this training. I will put that in the comments as well. I have some websites that provides that content that you may not have, that I know will be useful to help you with gaining valuable content. Okay, so, but like I said, you want to make sure that when you're putting out content, it's valuable, is for people's pain points, and you want to, you know, offer that on a consistent basis, constantly, because search engines on Google keeps up with that. So I never did get an answer from you all on what you thought the centerpiece of marketing was before I told you, but content is the centerpiece of marketing. Most of the time, things that you have joined, most of the times that you joined it because of the content that you got, because you probably could relate to something that the person was speaking of. So all those things are congruent with valuable, high quality content. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind is when you're writing persuasive content, okay? I have tips on that as well. So the first thing you want to do is write like you're talking to one person. Okay, because if you're trying to write like you're talking to a bunch of people, most of the time you might get, you know, a little timid, or you might doubt what your content is about. So you want to write like you're talking to just one person only. Okay, we all want to please everyone. Yes, we do. But, you know, let's be real. You can't please everybody. Okay, it's gonna always be somebody that doesn't agree with what you're saying, or just, you know, don't have the passion you may have a passion about. So you want to write like you're just talking to one person only. Okay, that's the first thing. And then, you know, like they say, you know, you want to tell a story. You want to tell a story. And when you're telling a story, people love when you tell a story that they can relate to. You know, if someone tells them the story you can relate to, what you do most of the time, you nod your head. You know, you're like, oh yeah, I've been there before. I can relate. So you want to tell a story. It could be your story, or it could be a story that resonated with you, and that you found that intrigued you, to, you know, follow that content and things of that nature. So you want to tell a story that is, relatable to others, or you could tell your story. You want to be authentic though when you're telling a story. You don't want to just be making up some story that, you've never even experienced or you don't even relate to. So you want to tell a story that you relate to, that you resonate with, and that, other people can relate to as well when you're writing persuasive content. Okay, these are tips for writing persuasive content. Okay, so like I said, the first one is what? And if you don't have a paper and pen, please grab a paper and pen. I'm going to give you all a few seconds to do that. I'm sorry, I should have told you that at the beginning. But grab your paper and pen. I'm not, sharing a screen today as far as, writing it out for you. So, excuse me, grab a paper and pen so you can write this down. Okay, we all know the centerpiece of marketing is content. Okay, so make sure you got that down. Content. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Oh, okay, you didn't know what centerpiece mean. Okay, so write that down. The centerpiece of marketing is content. Okay, now, like I told you earlier, if you haven't, if you didn't catch the beginning, you can catch the replay, but I'm going to, continue right now. We're on the tips of writing persuasive content. And the first one is write like you're talking to one person only. Okay, that way you can kind of, relate to what you want to write about, because you can't please everyone. That's just the reality of it. You're not going to please everyone, and everyone is not just going to like us. That's just, point blank period. So you want to write like you're writing to one person only, and you want to tell a story, which is number 2. You want to tell a story. We all love stories. I love stories. I'm sure you all love stories. That's how some of you might have joined whatever it is that you joined, because that person maybe told a story that you resonated with, that you could relate to, things of that nature. So tell a story. This is why knowing your audience is so important, because once you know your audience, you know what will grasp their attention. Okay, so you do want to know your audience. That is very important. That's the whole point of this training, is knowing what content to put out for your audience, what is going to keep their attention on your site, on what it is that you're talking about, whatever story that you're telling. Okay, so you're able to craft a story that your ideal audience is going to enjoy and be able to relate to, as I was saying. So number 3 is you want to use persuasive words. Okay, you want to use persuasive words when you're telling your story. What words persuaded you to continue to read on into the content that caught your attention? What words persuaded you to join that particular person, not the company, that particular person, in whatever opportunity that you join? That is very important, because, the top, I'm going to give you, because, a lot of the times, you may say, well, I joined them because I know them. I haven't joined any opportunity because I know a person. I joined them because it was something that they offered me, because maybe they offer some freebies. That's the most common one. something free. People love freebies, okay? You probably made me feel special, by the way that you was presenting the opportunity, your content, um, you know, instant, those are common persuasive words. People love to hear free. People love to hear, bonuses. So you have to, put all those things in perspective when you're writing persuasive content. Now, this is going to help you all to start attaining more readers and more people to your site by putting out this useful content, on a consistent basis. It's not going to happen overnight, but you do want to know your audience, which is very important. And you do want to know what are their pain points and how you can help them resolve those pain points. So your content is very important when you're dealing with marketing, when you're in marketing, just period. So you want to make sure that you're writing this down. First of all, you want to make sure you're writing this down. Okay. So, and another persuasive word, for most of us, is easy. We don't like complication. We don't like difficulties. So easy. When you're writing your content, you want to include that word as well. Free, instant, easy, because who wants to do things the hard way? I know I don't. It's not about working hard, it's about working smart. So smart is easy at the same time. So you want to use those words when you're writing persuasive content, okay? And another thing is use simple language. Use simple language. I know we all want to sound professional and we all want to sound educated, but use simple language, where people can understand. You have to know who you're talking to. That's why I said talk like you're talking to just one person only. So you want to use simple language. Nothing can be, further from the truth when you're using simple language. You don't want to alienate your audience by big words that they probably would need to look up in the dictionary. That's just, honestly, I done heard some people probably use a big word and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Let me Google that, So you want to use simple language as well. And that way they can understand what it is that you're talking about. And that way you will keep them reading into your content and they won't hit that back browser button. Okay? So what I'm going to do now, we've went over, how Google ranks you by the content that you're putting out, how they rank your site by the content that you're putting out. Okay? That is very important because most of you that are on social media, you're either using YouTube, you're either using Facebook. Some of you may be doing Twitter and those other social media platforms, Pinterest and all those things. Google is congruent with most of those. They're congruent with Twitter. They're congruent with YouTube. They're congruent with Pinterest. So when you're putting your site out, you want to make sure that you're putting out useful content. That way you can be ranked on Google, and you want to use the word count requirement as well, which is 2,000 words each on the content that you're putting out. So you want to make sure that you're doing that in order to have your site ranked on the top 3 pages of Google, okay? Because, you know, that is very important when you're building your brand and you're building your authority as well. So that is very important, and you want to make sure you're not just putting out any type of content. You know, you want to be putting out some content that people are looking for, that's going to intrigue your readers to read your whole content, what you're speaking of, and maybe even resolving some of their pain points they might be, you know, dealing with. So that's very important when you're putting out useful content. And like I said, I will put out some websites in the comments of this training on what websites provide content for you if you feel like you don't have any. Some of you all do have some. I mean, we have plenty of content in this group. Some of you are a part of some of the same trainings that we're in, which is the inner circle. You have content in that as well. You have content in Easy One Up. You probably just overlooked it. You know how you could have something in your hand? Have you ever had your keys in your hand and you didn't realize it because you might be on the phone or you might be doing 2, 3 things at one time and you don't even realize you got your keys in your hand, but you're looking for your keys? I done did that. So it's kind of the same thing. You can have something in your grasp and not even realize that you have it because you haven't really looked. You know what I'm saying? So I done been there. You know, you've been looking for some keys today. Be like, they were right in my hand, girl. Come on now. Wake up now, you know. So, you know, most of you all in here that are watching, you do have access to the content. You just have to dive in and start really paying attention to what it is that you have, and start implementing as well. So those are the 4 tips of writing persuasive content. Another thing I wanted to go over is the reasons that you might be failing in your marketing, which I've already went over some of those, and it's because you didn't probably set a smart goal. You know, some of us sometimes, I know when I first started out, I wasn't setting goals. I wasn't, especially smart goals. I was just going along, you know, joining every shiny object that I saw, trying to keep up with certain, you know, opportunities. Oh, well, that looked good. That looked good. And, it just didn't work out that way. So what you want to start doing is you want to start setting smart goals, okay? Even if you have to write it down, you can write it down the night before, you can write it down on that day that you're, setting your goals. But please make sure that you're doing that you're writing down your goals, things that you need to do, and make sure they're smart goals, okay? But, write down your goals on what you want to do, and, plan it out. You don't have to start out with 20 things at one time. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, but write down, short goals, and then you build your way up. Okay. Another thing, number 2, you don't have a target audience in mind. And that's where a lot of marketers get it twisted at. You have to have a target audience in mind, because if I'm pitching to, I don't mean to say pitching, excuse me. If I'm marketing, let's say some funnel cakes to people that are on a strict diet, who is gonna purchase my funnel cake? Nobody's gonna purchase my funnel cake because they're on a strict diet. So I'm marketing to the wrong audience. You want to make sure that you're marketing to the audience that wants or needs what you have to offer. Okay? That is very important, because if you're marketing to the wrong audience, that could be one of the reasons, well, that is one of the reasons why you're not getting the results that you could be getting if you was targeting the right audience. And most of the time when you're on social media, especially I'm gonna say Facebook, most of the time most of the people that might be on your timeline may not even be interested in what it is that you're offering. So that's probably why you're not getting a lot of interactions, or you're not getting that, you know, engagement that you could get if you have the target audience on your news feed. You know, and I've learned that from, you know, top earners and one of my sponsors. You know, you have to have the right audience on your news feed. Even when you're posting on YouTube and things of that nature, you want to be targeting the right audience that is looking for what you have to offer. And you want to make sure, like I said, that you're also putting out valuable content and not just any content, because everybody is not just going to resonate with any content that you're putting out. So you want to make sure that you know your audience and you know what is important to them as well, because what you may be passionate about, they may not be passionate about it. So that is very important. You want to make sure that you have a right target audience in mind. And then, like I said, which I said earlier, your content is all wrong. These are things that I'm giving you reasons that you may be failing in your marketing, okay? The first one is, I said, you didn't set a SMART goal. The second one I said is you don't have a target audience in mind. And the third one is your content is all wrong. Okay, so if your content is all wrong, then you're not grasping an audience at all. You know, you're just getting likes here and, you know, oh, that was nice, oh, that's cute, you know, things of that nature. But you want to have a target audience in mind, and you want to be putting out useful content as well when you have that target audience in mind. Like I said, you don't want to be pitching, you know, a funnel cake. That was my example, a funnel cake to people that is on a strict diet. No, I don't need no funnel cake, but that sounds pretty good, you know. So, but anyway, you know, number 4 is your content isn't SEO optimized. So you want to make sure, which I went over that at the beginning of this training, you want to make sure that it is optimized. Your content is optimized. You want to make sure that you're averaging, you know, the 2,000 words count on Google, you know, because like I said, Google and YouTube, they are congruent, okay? They are congruent. So you want to make sure that you're doing that, and they pay attention to the content that you're putting out. Whether it's on YouTube, like I said, YouTube and Google are congruent. So they are paying attention to the content that you're putting out, whether you're putting it out consistently, whether you're putting out once a week, whether you're putting it out twice a month. You know, they are paying attention to the content that you're putting out. And that's, you know, they use your visitors' time as an indicator of quality, okay? So that is very important. So keep that in mind. Another thing is you don't have a system to capture leads. And You have to have a system to capture leads, because yeah, you want to be putting out the right content, but you want to have leads as well. That way, once you have leads, you can be sending your content through email as well. You know, once you do the video and the video and on Google, and you know, whether you're doing blogs, whether you're on Pinterest or Twitter, you want to make sure that you're capturing leads, that you have a system, uh, attractive system, you know, to gain your leads. And that way you can start emailing those leads some useful content. And that way you can get some results through your emails as well. But you have to be doing this consistently. Okay, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is what you call planting seeds. Planting seeds. People think automation is a push button key. It's not. It's all about planting seeds. It's all about doing the work now. You know, I had someone contact me yesterday, and I was telling Divine about this. They contacted me about a video that I did on CBD products. And I did this video, like, I think the end of last year. And they contacted me about it, and they wanted to join, and they did join. And so that was from something that I did last year, not even this year. So that's what you consider planting seeds. When people say this is automation, it's probably because it's something that they've done consistently prior to now, but they're getting results from something they did back, you know, some months ago. So don't think that things is just going to happen overnight. You have to consistently do things and make sure that you're putting out valuable content, and make sure that you're targeting the right audience. Let me see. I'm going to read some of these comments. Keys. Okay. Hello. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this from YouTube, also like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos on, you know, content that I will be putting out, more training. But like I was saying, those are the 4 tips on writing persuasive content, and the reasons why that, you know, you could be failing, you know, in your marketing. I said the first one was you didn't set a SMART goal. You don't have a target audience in mind. Your content is all wrong. Your content isn't SEO optimized, and you don't have a system to capture leads. You don't know what to do with your leads, and you're not leveraging the power of social media. And most of you, the reason why you don't know what to do with your leads is because you may be nervous, or you may not want to talk to people on the phone. You may not want to do a video. But, excuse me, the main thing about marketing is, would you spend money with someone you don't know? Just honestly, would you invest your money to someone that you haven't seen, to someone that you haven't talked to someone that you just don't know, that is just a complete stranger? You have to put yourself in that position and answer that question. Because most of you, in any opportunity that you're in. When you join because you felt like, one, you could trust this person. Two, that they were providing you valuable content. Three, that they could help you with your pain points that you had. And your pain points probably was you couldn't get leads, you didn't know how to get traffic, or you didn't know how to get results. So you have to put yourself in that person's shoes, your audience, to relate to what it is that's going to attain their attention and get them to trust you and get them to purchase from you. Because they're not joining the company. They're not joining the comp plan. They're not joining whatever it is the company is saying that they have. They're joining you for a reason, because they trust you, because you're providing them value, and because they feel like you can help them get what they need. That's the main reason. That's the main reason you joined whomever you join, whether you join Latoya, whether you join Divine, whether you join me, whether you join anyone. You join those persons because you felt like they could help you whatever it is that you had a problem with. You trusted them, you knew them, you seen them more than once, you've probably spoken to them, so now you're comfortable. So it's a difference between just sending, cold traffic. That's why they say cold traffic, warm traffic equals results, equals sales. Because you start, let's say you're buying solo ads. You start that way. And these people don't know you. So what they're going to do, they're going to research you. They're going to discover you. And they're going to see if they resonate with you, if you're someone that they feel like you could help them get a result or get something that they need. They feel like you can provide them the value that they need. So let me get a drink of water. If y'all have any questions, you can put your questions in the comments. If you're watching from YouTube, you can put questions in the comment as well as there, and I will address those questions accordingly. But I just really wanted to go over this because it is very important, and it will help you once you understand that content is the centerpiece of marketing. And if you're not putting out valuable content, you're going to get the same results that you've been getting. Okay, and if you're not targeting the right audience for what it is that you have to offer, you're going to continue to get the same results. So that is why I wanted to do this training on content and give you some tips on writing persuasive content, and let you all know that if you are in my private Facebook group, which is Social Queens, you have the valuable content in your hand. You just haven't realized it. If you are in Easy One Up, you have that content in your hand. You just haven't grasped it. You just haven't looked for it. You haven't looked at it. You haven't went into it. So you have it. It's just all about, making use of it. So what I want to do is I want to give you some reasons why you need a content marketing strategy in place. I want to give you some reasons why you need a good content marketing strategy in place. Okay. It establishes your authority. Okay? That's number one. If you have pen and paper, you can write this down. It establishes your authority. Okay? When you're publishing high quality content on a regular basis, you eventually establish yourself as authority. When you're doing this on a consistent basis, you eventually establish authority, yourself as authority, okay? People flock to your website because your content helps them in one way or another. People flock to your website because your content helps them in one way or another. Okay? Another thing is, it creates a strong brand identity. It creates a strong brand identity. They'll become familiar with the type. I'm trying to fix my camera, excuse me. But they will become familiar with the type of content you publish, and you'll become known as one of the people's go-to brands in your industry. So, like I said, it creates a strong brand identity. Write this down. They'll become familiar with the type of content you publish. My light keep going in and out. You publish, and you'll become known as one of the people's go-to brands in your industry. Now, when you build a strong brand, you'll be able to convert your casual readers into avid fans. Okay? You'll be able to convert your casual readers into avid fans. Okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. The next one is, you're going to build trust around your target audience. That's very important. Very important. Because like I said before, if they don't trust you, more than likely they're not going to join you. So you will build trust around your target audience. People love authority. They do. Most of the ops that I've joined, I'm not going to say ops, the people that I joined, they had authority. Okay? They presented themselves as authority. So that's what, attracted me as well. So people love authority with successful content marketing strategy in place, and you'll be viewed as an authority by your audience. Okay, so that is another reason why you could be failing in your marketing, because you haven't put yourself out as an authority. I know a lot of you may be camera shy, or you're in your comfort zone, but you're going to have to get out your comfort zone. Okay, you're going to have to get out your comfort zone. That's just the reality. If you want to do marketing, if you really want to take your marketing business to the next level, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and build your authority. Okay, you can't do it just by investing, which is a great thing. that shows some type of, determination that you're even willing to invest in yourself. But you're also going to have to put yourself out there as an authority. You're going to have to, so people will know you and they will be able to trust you. And it is going to attract so many other people that I'm telling you, so many people in this industry that really needs that. They really need their pain points solved, as we say, pain points. And when you build that authority, you gain trust. And people join people that they trust, okay? So you'll be seen as a brand they can trust. So when you recommend products or services to your audience, what they gonna do when they trust you? They'll be more willing to follow your advice. So once you put yourself out here, get out of that box, knock it down, get out of it, and start building your authority. Start building that trust from your audience, and make sure you have your right target audience in mind, okay? You don't want to just be talking to a bunch of people that don't have any interest in what you have to offer. So you have to make sure that you're talking to a target audience, that you're putting out content to a target audience. Okay, that is very important. So I hope you all wrote this down. I said reasons why you need to have a good content marketing strategy in place. It establishes your authority. It creates a strong brand identity. You're going to build trust around your target audience. That's 3 things. And once you build trust around your target audience, you know what that does? It generates leads and sales. It generates leads and sales. So if you can carry out your business with integrity, you can easily generate leads and sales. If you can carry out your business with integrity, then you can easily generate leads and sales. And that's, that is so true. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. This is very important information for you and your business. If you are really ready to actually start getting the results that you got in this business for. And you want to, like I said, you want to step out of your comfort zone. We all have comfort zones. I used to didn't want to do videos, but I know this is something that I want to do. I know this is something that needs to be done because, like I said earlier, I myself would not purchase or join someone that I haven't seen or know. Because what's the first thing people say if they haven't seen you or they don't know you and you're taking their money? What do they scream out? We know the word they scream out. I don't even want to say the word. But we know what they scream out. If they haven't seen you, if they don't know who you are, but you're wanting them to spend money with you, who does that? Who would do that? Would you really do that? Put in the comments if you would do that. Tell me how you feel about that. making a purchase with someone that you haven't seen, that you don't know, that you haven't even talked to, would you really purchase from someone of those three things? You haven't seen, you haven't talked to, and you don't know. Put in the comments, would you purchase from someone from those three things? You haven't seen, you don't know, and you haven't talked to. Okay? So people will trust whatever you tell them to do because you've built your business on integrity. You've been authentic with them. You've been truthful. You haven't, reared them in the wrong direction. So they will more than likely be willing to do what you tell them, provided on how it solves a pain point for them. That's the main thing about marketing. Solving people's pain point. The 3 P's, people's pain point. So put in the comments on if you will purchase from someone of those 3 things. You don't know, you haven't seen, and you haven't even talked to. Would you purchase from those persons? Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. So I just really wanted to dive into this today because I know it is important, and I see some of you are really trying, and I congratulate you all's efforts. You're doing a great job, but you have to put things in place, and you have to know that you're targeting the right audience, and you have to know that that is so important on your content that you're putting out. And if you don't know better, then you can't do better. So I wanted to bring that to you all's attention, that you want to be putting out useful content to the right audience on a consistent basis. And you want to build your authority. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You can't always be behind the camera. Oh, you gotta get out your comfort zone. You really do, and it's going to really help you grow. When you get out your comfort zone, you start growing. Mentally, you start growing. And once you start growing mentally, you can do anything you put your mind to. But you actually have to come to reality about it. You have to face that fact that, like Miss Pam said, no. Exactly. I wouldn't either. Alexa said, no, I wouldn't purchase anything from someone I don't know, haven't seen or talked to. Exactly. So how can you expect your audience to do the same thing? You have to really understand that is very important. So if they don't know you or haven't talked to you, then that's why you're not getting the results. That's why you're not getting that attainable audience that is, feeling like you can help them with their pain points, because you haven't put yourself out there. And you're all capable of it. It's just a matter of doing it. That's the only thing. You're all capable of holding this training just like me. It's just a matter of doing it. Actually breaking that box down and doing it. But you have to get sick and tired yourself and actually start doing it. I mean, I could talk to you till I turn blue in the face, which we know that ain't possible. But I just want you all to realize that your efforts are right. Your efforts are there. But it's just some things that you may have to tweak. You're going to have to start putting out some valuable content. You're going to have to tell a story. People love stories. I love stories. I'm sure you do. So you have to, like I said, take it serious and understand what you have in your hands. Because I know most of you that are in my private Facebook group where I'm holding this training from, you have it. You just ain't looked to see, like I said about my keys. Right in my hand. I'm looking everywhere for them though. Right in my hand. Same thing with y'all. You have it, you're just not using it. And for those that are watching from YouTube, you can also get it if you don't have it. I will have a link in the description of this video that you can do it. And so we will be diving deeper into this in the Advanced Marketers Academy. We will be diving deeper into this. But I just really wanted to bring this to your attention, that content is very important. Useful content, not just any content, useful content, and that you're targeting the right audience. You know, because like I said, you don't want to be talking to people that's, you know, trying to lose some weight about a funnel cake. It just don't mix, you know. So I really just wanted to bring this to you all's attention, because like I said, I've been paying attention. I know you all are really out here pushing and pushing, but you're gonna have to push a little harder. You know, myself included. You're gonna have to push a little harder and do more. You have to do more, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out your comfort zone. That's the only way that you're going to actually start growing in life and in your business, okay? Because they are congruent, okay? So with that being said, I hope you all found this information useful. Put a 2 in the comment if you did. I appreciate the feedback. And I want you all to be smart about it. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by smart. I'm going to put it in the comments as well. Smart, Pacific, okay? Pacific. M is measurable. Measurable. A, attainable. And R, realistic. You want to be realistic. Attainable. R, realistic, like I said. And T is time bound. Time bound. And I just want you all to realize what you have in your hands. And, you know, realize that when you got into this, why is it that you got into this? Okay. You know, we all say, oh, just wanted to make a little extra money. Really? Really? Or did you get in this for some time freedom? Because that's what I got in it for. Some time freedom. We all say the money, the money, the money. But what really is the money gonna do besides us spending it? We want time freedom, because that's the only thing we can't get back. We can always make some money, but the time, once it's gone, it's gone. So, like I said, I hope y'all took notes on useful content. You know, how Google will rank your sites. You know, the word count is more than 2,000 words each. You know, majority of the top 3 pages on Google search results, they average more than 2,000 words each. Okay, so keep that in mind. And like I said, valuable, useful content to the right audience. And also, I'm going to put in the comments as well on the sites that you can go to gain some content. If you're not an Easy One Up, if you not, you know, looking into the training, if you're not in my private Facebook group, excuse me, I will post that in the comments as well. That way you will know exactly where you can go and find that valuable content that most people are searching for on a daily basis, okay? Daily. So with that being said, I hope y'all are having a wonderful, blessed day. Be the best you every day. You know, forget about tomorrow. You can, I mean, I'm sorry, forget about yesterday. Be the best you today. So I hope y'all, you know, enjoying your day. I hope y'all found this training useful. I will be coming out with more. But like I said, this is just a piece of what we will have in Advanced Marketers Academy. That is going to be, I don't even have no words for that, but get with me or Divine to, you know, see about Advanced Marketers Academy. That is going to really take you and your business to the next level. So I hope you all found this information useful. If you're watching from YouTube, like, subscribe, put a comments, you know, on, you know, what you thought the centerpiece of marketing is. You can ask questions. Like I said, I will get to those questions accordingly. If you're watching from Facebook, you can do the same. Put a 2 in the comments if you found some value in this. And I'm going to go ahead and end this. I hope you all have a blessed one. And I hope this helped someone. That's why I did it. So y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. You'll see me sooner than later. Bye-bye.